the feeling of momentum is one thing, but the feeling of being part of something, when you know that these things are popping up all over the United States, one by one. It takes one street artist. They started with crayon, like 4 or 5 people doing Bernie drawings with on the street with chalk. And then they moved from that, and someone did Bernie posters and hung those. And then another person decided to go all out and say, well, there's this wall here, and I'm going to ask the owner, can I paint your wall with this drawing? And then the owner says yes. And before you know it, there's a mural. And they are popping up everywhere, and they are iconic, and they help. Art like this helps to define the movement. It's like the Obama poster. But other than that, if you look at Nevada, in Nevada they actually have signs that you can hire, like electronic signs, where you can hire an ad that you can get on this electronic sign, X amounts of minutes per hour, depending on how much you pay. There was another activism campaign to fund putting up Bernie signs on all of these electronic posters all across the states. And they were funded again and again to keep running months before the Nevada caucus. Now you say that, oh, but he lost Nevada. But it got so close that he almost won it. And then here in the aftermath, the Hillary supporters are not showing up to the county conventions or to the state conventions, which has resulted in Bernie coming out ahead with more delegates than Hillary, which means that he de facto won Nevada. So it helps. All of it helps. People talk about votes not mattering. Well, that might be true, but I guarantee you one thing: your intent and your actions do matter. So participate, help, do something, do news, do YouTube, do opinions, do drawings, do music. If you can't do any of those things, find someone who can and help them, enable them, be a part of it. Do phone banking. It's one of the most effective ways of reaching voters and spreading the knowledge about him. So just anything and everything else than the apathy that I guarantee you the political elite, they take that apathy and they put it in the bank. So just do something, please. Okay, that was my spiel.
Well, no, I think you hit on a very important point about that I think undermines a lot of the argument against Bernie and against his supporters. Anybody who's been supporting Bernie for any length of time knows that they're going to be called, lazy, apathetic, young, Bernie bro. They're going to be called a whole lot of names that basically say they're lazy, they want a handout, they don't want to work for anything. And I think what you're describing, and what I think many of us have seen in a variety of spheres, is that that's just actually not true. That we have, Bernie supporters have some layabouts just about like any other group has, but a lot of people are very hardworking people. They're doing all of this above and beyond what they're doing in order to get by, to survive in their day-to-day life, pay bills, and do those things. They're going above and beyond that and fulfilling these roles that people are doing professionally, just because we've all noticed that there's a significant lack in whatever it may be, or we've been inspired by something and haven't seen it captured in the way that we think it should be with a lot of the art. And that we're more than willing to go out and to do these things. And as you mentioned, I think really important is that if you find yourself not willing or not able to create some of the content, like we're describing, like articles or opinions or doing interviews on shows like these or whatever it may be, find a way to enable somebody who is. Find a way that something that you're able to do that could help make them more capable or able to do it to get more widespread, to be more effective at what they're trying to accomplish. That can't be understated. And as Nish showed in the photos of from the older protest, that we need massive amounts of people, and that I think a lot of people think that doing or retweeting some things, and that isn't being strictly online is enough. And I can't understate how important online activism is. It is really important to help spread the messages, to get the information out to the people who need to see it, to be those consolidation hubs, to help spread the critical frontline information that won't come through the corporate media channels. And so that is incredibly important. But we also need the people in the front lines taking the pictures, being in the pictures, doing the action. And I think that's, while the internet has allowed us to spread and share these ideas much better than we ever were able to before, it has also taken some of the air out of the motivation for public gathering that used to exist before you could gather in public without actually meeting people. And so I think that's an important dynamic that you captured, and I had to spout on it a little bit myself. So I appreciate all the work that everybody here, by the way, this is a good time to mention that I appreciate everybody at the Benjamin Dixon Show is doing, folks helping us behind the scenes, giving us tips and letting us know what's going on. I also apologize for the quality of some of the audio and some of the presentation so far of some of our images. We're working on getting some help with production. Remember, we talked about helping enabling people. And so if anybody happens to have those skills, it'd be great to get a hand in here to help with that part of the site so that we can present the information in the best digestible ways that we can. And so if you're new, if you happen to tune in for some random reason and this is your first time at the Benjamin Dixon Show, please subscribe and follow both Benjamin at the BPD Show. You can find Nis at Scandi Perspective on Twitter, and you can find me at Progressive Green. And on that, did you have something you wanted to add, Nis?
Nothing except extra set of hands always helps. You don't have to be a tech wizard or a key doer in some area. There are so many balls in the air when it comes to putting together production, coordinating massive amounts of people that are writing and helping each other and stuff like that. There are plenty of tasks that are not glamorous, but that are key for anything to succeed. It not just be here, it be anywhere. It be at the campaign offices. It be knocking on doors. You may think that you don't have technical skills. You may think that you can't help. You may think that your help might not matter, even if it's just an hour a week. But I guarantee you it does.